Joining me now is Tom Fitton, the president of Judicial Watch. Kind of reminds me, Tom, of Biden's talk about unity, no unity, unity, no unity, executive order. I mean, it's hard to keep anything straight with regard to this guy.
Yeah, why not wear 5 masks? Why not wear 7? I don't, one of the dirty little secrets about mask mandates is there's no Fauci standard study, meaning, a placebo-controlled study, randomized, that shows that masks are effective in controlling the spread of coronavirus. Now, there have been studies that suggest they might be effective, but there's no study that shows, yes, we know they are effective.
Yeah.
So we have the government mandating a health intervention, and the science behind it is up in the air. And Fauci admitted that in his initial comments, and the science hasn't changed since then.
Well, a lot of people say, okay, the mask is one thing, but what really was bothersome was when he was defending China for what he called their transparency vis-a-vis the China virus. Let me just play, at the risk of having too much Fauci, let me just play a little soundbite from back then in January.
It's like night and day. Having lived through the SARS experience, they were not very transparent at all, and they very likely delayed the response that we should have had. They were quite embarrassed with that. This situation is entirely different. They're being quite transparent, and literally in real time, on an hourly and daily basis, they're giving you what's going on in China right now, literally in real time.
Now, what's extraordinary, that, by the way, was a year ago, January, so it was right in the beginning, but we knew that something was going on, particularly somebody like Dr. Fauci, who was very close to the World Health Organization, realized that there was a big cover-up that we were in the middle of at the end of January, and yet they have never, up until now, have never been called to account for releasing that virus.
Yeah, I mean, WHO, the international medical establishment, spent a lot of time being concerned about protecting and praising China as the coronavirus was emerging out of that country. We have separate emails that we found working with the Daily Caller News Foundation that show that a WHO entity, and Fauci approved this, they were concerned about praising China in some of the press statements they were making. Why go out of their way to praise China? I don't understand it, and it shows you why the president, Trump at least, pulled out of WHO because of the politics of protecting China as opposed to advocating a more direct approach in terms of containing the virus in that country and holding that country specifically accountable. This is not a debate about what you do personally. Here we have the government using our tax dollars to fund an agency that protected China. Here we have the government mandating mask wearing. And what we want is accountability. Where's the money coming from?
Real accountability.
What's the basis for the mandate? What's the basis for the restriction on our freedom and liberty?
We got to leave it at that.
Requiring us to do this.
Tom Fitton, good to see you, my friend. Thank you very much.